Hey guys, Stacy Miles, I'm with SWADE Productions. What I want to do today is slow down the movies just a little bit and help you, hopefully, write better or even start writing. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so you may say, well, Stacy, I'm not a writer, so how are you going to be able to help me? Or I've never thought about writing, or I'd like to write, I just don't know what or how to write about. Okay, so what I want to do is break that down. You're by yourself. What guilty pleasures do you enjoy? What do you enjoy to watch on TV? What's your favorite genre? What is a thing you enjoy doing? Maybe it's making paper airplanes. I don't know what it is, but that's what you write about. Basically, it's that simple. So let me give you an example. Okay, I love dramas, romantic dramas. I absolutely love them. Okay, so let's talk about that. I'm not going to bore you with sentence structure or anything like that. The first thing I want to do is honestly just get you to writing. The first thing you need to realize with writing is that people are addicted to drama. You love it just as much as I do. You understand? Now, as far as entertainment goes, it is very entertaining. Besides, what shows dominate right now? What shows dominate Thursday night TV? Think about that. Dramas. This Is Us. How to Get Away with Murder. I don't watch a lot of TV, so you have to bear with it, but you get the idea. You have the idea what you want to write about. Now it's time to give the characters names. Okay, and now with that, in my opinion, there's a formula for that too. Okay, so if you've ever noticed names like Ethan Hunt, okay, there's a 2-syllable first name and a 1-syllable last name. Like Brett Michaels. Wait, I did that wrong. Brett Michaels. 1-syllable first name, 2-syllable last name. You get the idea? So with your story, I'm just going to continue with mine because I can't hear what you're saying because I'm the one videoing. Okay, so anyway, with my romantic story, we're going to call the guy, we'll call the guy John Dollar. Sounds good. I'm horrible with names. And we'll call his romantic partner, Jane Dollar. So we got John Dollar and Jane Dollar. That's going to be big, I'm telling you. Okay, so you have your two characters, or more, but you don't know what to write about. Okay, so this is where it gets really, really personal. Not like that, but okay, let me explain. Okay, so a lot of people, you've heard this before, a lot of people write about people they know, places they've been. Get the idea? So let's just say my neighbor behind me, he likes to do his yard once a week. I wish I did too, but that's beside the point. He likes to mow his grass, rake his leaves, blow his leaves, whatever, once a week. So you could write that into your story, you know, as John Dollar likes to do yard work, okay? And he's retired. We're building a story here. He's retired. He likes to do yard work. His wife enjoys doing yard work. The list goes on and on. You get the idea, okay? Now, Sally, we've already said John's retired, so Sally's retired too, and she does yard work with him, okay? You holding on? You getting there? I hope I'm helping. So what you want to do, though, now, remember what I said about drama? People love drama. So what you want to do is you honestly want to give the hero, if you will, some problems. Give him something that he's got to overcome, okay? So let's do an example here, okay? Mr. John and his wife, Jane, they're retired. They're living the life. One day, boom, something hits one of them. And let's say it hits Jane. Okay, that's a little closer to the heartstrings. You know, the female, the mom figure, whatever have you. If I said that right, I probably said that wrong. I said that wrong, didn't I? Okay, so let's just say that one day she's out trimming the bushes, whatever, and falls. And so then you have John who's witnessed this. Okay. And Sally, and I keep wanting to say Sally, forgive me. We'll just say Sally. It doesn't matter. We're changing the name from Jane to Sally. Okay, so Sally falls down. They go to the hospital, the ER, and there's a problem. Now, this is where you get creative. It could be something that's happened to you before, maybe not to you, but someone in your line in your family or a friend's mom or something like that. So, but for our story, we're going to say that she had a heart attack. And it's up to you at this point if she lives through this or dies through this. Excuse my dog. So she had a heart attack. Let's say that we're going to go with their time in the hospital. I mean, you've seen ER shows. You know, if you haven't, and I don't watch TV. I know I keep iterating that, but I really don't. But, you know, like New Amsterdam or all that stuff, you know. I cannot remember the name of these shows. Forgive me. Hold on a second. Where's my coffee? Do I not get coffee? She's in the hospital. Of course, this is where I would reference somebody I know who, when his wife was in the hospital bed, if you will, she wasn't even on her deathbed. She was just having a surgery. He was hand and foot with her. Honey, do you need? Do you want some? Do you want a sip of your water? Do you want me to? He was hand feeding her stuff. That builds romance. That builds heartstrings. But not only that, that builds credit to that character. So now you know the hero, what he's going through. This would be the hero's. He was doing fine. This would be his building stage. We're going to break this also down by acts. Okay, the first act, because every story has acts, and I don't know how many they have. I never, I'm just doing, this is my way. This is how I do it. Okay. So the first act, we introduce John and Sally. Her name's been changed. And we introduce that they enjoy gardening, lawn work, what have you. They're getting along, and then boom, she hits the ground. Boom, act one is just about done or done. So act two is they're in the hospital. Okay, the hero has to figure out a way to overcome something that A, he may not know if she's going to make it through, B, how he's going to treat her, and C, how's he going to do all this? Okay, so now what we're doing is at the end of act one, we saw the characters, excuse my dogs, we saw the characters bonding, even the hero, feeding his wife, giving her water. Well, now you're starting to see the human side, if you will, of the hero. Okay, act three. Again, this is all my opinion. This is how the story ends. Happy or sad, it's up to you how you end it. But let me give you a little bit of an example of our story that we've created thus far. You have John okay, so let's just say that Sally lives and John is going to take care of her, the yard work now, and the house and all that blah, blah, blah. Okay. But not only is he going to do that, he is going to make sure that she has everything she needs. So basically, he's going to fight this. Okay. He is going to do research, keep seeing doctors, all this and that, because he wants to beat it. He's our hero. He wants to beat it. Okay. So let's say we end it sad. Okay. Okay. So we're ending it sad. Sally dies in the hospital, complications, what have you. And then what you have is John, you have his sadness, you have him, again, with the end of act one, with him, taking care of her and all this. And then with act two, him, what you're building is not only as a story, but you're building something somebody can relate to. They may picture themselves as John. They may picture their grandparent as John. They may picture their father as John. This is me. But I think, in order to make a story interesting, what you need to do is make the characters relatable. You build rapport with your reader, if you know what I mean. You're giving them stuff to picture in their head or watch. And so that basically, if you can accomplish that, then you've done it. Okay, so bonus tip one. Let's just say that she lives and he vows. This is where I was talking about. He vows to keep on fighting after the hospital. He's going to do whatever he can to afford the medicine, blah, blah, blah. That could be another avenue for you to pursue as well. Bonus tip number two, Sally passes away with that ending. And you have the same ending as before where he loves her, except this time he's not going to stop loving her. And the story can continue with his fight to prevent it from future people, such as raising money for charitable causes, foundations, etc. You get the idea. Bonus tip number three, and this is probably something that I'm learning to do, and it's kind of hard to do, but if this makes any sense, I hope it helps you. Okay, so basically, you have the story. Okay, you got John, you got Sally. You remember all this. One thing that I like to do that adds more pounding effect to it, emotion, or kind of like getting caught, get hit by a train moment, the oh crap moment, whatever you want to call it, movies. And from what I found, again, I could be wrong, whatever, but tell the audience more than the hero knows. Okay, so let me give you an example of this. John is going home, whatever, get clothes, get change of stuff, get stuff for Sally. She asked him to go or whatever, or she was asleep when he left. We don't necessarily, in the film-wise, through our eyes, go follow Sally. What we do, John, is what we do is we stay there with Sally. What happens is Sally passes away in her sleep or complications, whatever, what have you. Okay, we know that. The hospital knows that. John does not. Do you see what I'm saying? So John, when he arrives back, At the hospital, we're in movie wise, we would see him at the house, grab the stuff, I'm supposing, and or guessing, and then he would have that drive back. And then maybe on the drive back, you could write that, he's listening to their song and or listening to happy songs, or completely oblivious to the whole, which he would be, but not even thinking about it. He could be praying or whatever. But my point is, we know as an audience that she's dead. He does not know. So we've got to. We're inside. We're kind of, if the story is written well or what have you. Inside, we're like, oh, I don't want him to have to face that problem. I don't. That's so hard. He's got to drive all the way to the hospital, go all the way in to realize, A, his wife's probably not in the same room, and B, she's dead. That sucks. And not to mention, our hero of the story could not save his damsel in distress. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to say is, I hope you're inspired. If you're not inspired, let me help you with the last thing I got. This is my last chance, okay? Throw me a lifeline here. I'm trying to help you. Okay, so let's just say that my ideas didn't help. The only other thing, because everybody gets some type of block if you're a writer, it's been called writer's block, what have you. The only other thing I could suggest is listen to music. I have heard of people like Film Rights, Ryan Conley. He writes to music like that too. A lot of people do. You just get you the coffee that I'm looking for, wherever it is. I guess it's gone. You get the coffee, your favorite drink, whatever it may be, wine. Put some earbuds in, put earphones on, whatever you got to do. Listen to the same song like I do over and over and over again. That's all I do. Or I listen to a playlist, if you will. Something to go along with that mood. And another thing I like to do is during Act 1, I'm listening to happier music. Act 2, dramatic music. Act 3, sad or happy music again. You get the idea. Okay, and another thing. This is like A, B. 1.2. Okay, so the last thing is, don't be lazy. Okay, there's been many times that I've had an idea at night, and I mean, I wake up, sleep. Oh my gosh, John, his wife, she didn't have a heart attack. She just fell down and hit her head on a rock. And I don't write that down. So I'm like, I'll remember that in the morning, no problem. So whenever I get up in the morning and finally get to it, I forgot what I was even woke up for. So don't be lazy. That stuff cost you in the end. But if you can remember it, maybe so. Okay, guys, this has been Stacy Meissheimer, SWADE Productions and SWADEProductions.com. Feel free to check out my blog. I update it every week except holidays, every Wednesday. Let me start over. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay? If this video helped you, share it with a friend. If it did help you, comment below. Tell me if it helped you at all, if it resonated with you, rang a bell, what have you. And if you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. Like it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.